Morning and welcome to the porch. Glad to have you guys here this morning. We've got a video that I'm kind of excited about that we're going to do today. I've been working for probably 2 or 3 weeks now trying to come up with a procedure to test guns and give us the data that we need to make good decisions about carry guns and things like that. And I think this will help you guys, but I developed it a lot for just me because I do like to test guns. I do like to understand them. And we've come up with a procedure. We think we've dialed it in. We may change it a little, but right now it's dialed in pretty good. And we ran a Glock through this procedure a few weeks ago. And then we changed the procedure a little bit. But long and short of it is, we're going to run another gun through this procedure. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about what the procedure is. And I'm going to have to get my glasses on and read this off. It's an 8-step procedure. It's kind of a tabletop review, which we're not going to do it on this gun we're carrying today and going to test because we did a tabletop review video on this one back a few weeks ago. So we're going to bypass that, but that would be number one. And then an accuracy test, find out how accurate the gun really is. And then an accuracy test on how well I shoot the gun. Ammunition velocity test on the ammunition we're going to be carrying in it. Ammunition performance test. Penetration test. Dependability test. And then we're going to just briefly touch on the carry system. But those are going to be the 8 things that we look at in guns in the future to give us the data that we need to understand everything we need to know about that gun if we're going to carry it. Okay. So anyway, that's going to be that part of it. Now, let's quickly do this right here. Let's show you the gun. Let me see if I can get that on camera. I think you guys can see that. That's a nice little gun. It's a handsome gun. It's a Kimber KDS9c, I believe is what it's called. We'll look at that here just in a few minutes. But anyway, that's the carry system that I'm going to be using. Now, the reason I'm doing this test, by the way, quickly say this, is I'm going to carry this gun as an EDC for a while. I want to run it through a test before I carry it and make sure that I've crossed the T's and dotted the I's and made a good decision about whether I should carry this gun or not. So let's just go a little bit farther here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the gun out of the holster. Now, that's the magazine. And of course, the gun. And they're empty. We'll go ahead and put everything back together on it. I'll drop the hammer. Now, this little Kimber is a gun that my son has let me use for a while. And consequently, I've decided, because I've shot it a little bit and I like it, I'm going to carry it for a while because I may want one of these in the near future. So anyway, this is a gun we're going to be testing today, and we're going to start out testing the accuracy of the gun. So if the accuracy of the gun's not good, then we're in trouble before we even get started. Now, I know the accuracy on this gun's good, but we're going to prove that. We're going to demonstrate that. At any rate, let me go ahead and get set up and get ready to test accuracy. Now, quickly, we are going to do the accuracy test off of a bench, off of a rest. And the reason for that is it takes out at least the bigger part of the human element. I'm older and my hands are not as steady as they used to be. So if we'll put it on a bench, we can actually really understand what the accuracy of the gun is. Then after that, we'll test my accuracy. So let's go ahead and get things changed up, get on the targets where we can see what the accuracy of this gun is. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to do 5 rounds from a resting position at I believe that is a 2.5-inch bullseye. And I'm going to change my glasses here and put on my shooting glasses so I can see the front sights. And we'll just see how accurate this gun is. I think we're going to be accurate, but let's do the test. Okay, guys, 21 feet, 5 rounds to a 2.5-inch circle at 7 yards. This is the pawl accuracy test. See if we can hit it. Okay, let's go see what we did. Okay, one of the things that happened to us out there is we had a little bit of technical difficulty when we did our velocity test. Our chronograph was acting up, but we did get the velocities finally come through on it. But also, when that happened, then the cameras weren't on, so we didn't get the velocity test on video. Let's put it that way. But having said that, I'm just going to quickly, as I'm doing this cut in here, I'm going to show you guys what we were shooting. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing here. The velocities on the Seller and Belay, we're going to call them S and B because that's easier to pronounce. That's this guy right here. The velocities on it, average, 3-round average, was 1169. So the velocity on those guys were really pretty good. I'm all right with that. The performance, we'll go into that a little bit later, but it was pretty fair. And then we were shooting just a target round blazer ammunition, which is this guy right here. And it was running at 1070, 3-round average. So I just wanted to insert this in the video and we'll have it to look at. But like I said, apologize, but we had a lot of technical difficulties and we just simply didn't get that videoed like we want to. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through a mag dump, not a fast mag dump, but go through 15 rounds, just check the dependability on it. Now, I've checked the dependability on this gun before, so it's not a surprise to me what's going on here. I'm not 100% sure this gun's going to be dependable. We're going to find out. Let's do it. Clear? Okay, we've lost our audio on this part of the video, so we're doing voiceover here. We're getting ready to shoot the water jug and do the ballistic test, so just go ahead and stay tuned. We're using the Stellar and Belay 115 grain hollow point, and so we're going to give this thing a try. Clear. Okay, looks like it busted that first jug up pretty good. Went completely through it, done a lot of damage. Going to the second jug, looks like it went in about center ways, went completely through it. Penetrated the third jug, and looks like it might have almost came out the other side, but not quite. So the projectile looks like it's going to be in this third jug. Let's pour it out here and see what we've got exactly. Okay, we're doing voiceover again, and I want you to look at that slug right there. It did go ahead and perform really well. I didn't measure the size of it, but it looked really good. But it did shuck the jacket off of it, which I'm all right with that. That's not going to hurt anything, but the hollow point performed good, and that's what was important to me. So, having said that, I do want to make you aware that we did have 4 layers of heavy cotton in front of those water jugs so that we could see if it was going to clog up, and it didn't clog up. Done really well, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, let's do a penetration test, and we'll shoot the hard ball first and see how much it'll penetrate in these 2x4s. Then we'll go to the S&B 115 grain jacketed hollow point and see how it does. And then we'll hopefully dig them out at the end of this and be able to look at the damage done. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we did. Remember, we shot a hard ball and then we shot a cellar and belay hollow point at these blocks. Looks like we got 2 blocks there. Went through the 3rd block, both rounds. Looks like the 4th block has some rounds in it too, so looks like the hollow point may have stopped in the 4th block there. Now we got a hard ball. It kept traveling and it actually went into the 5th block, and we'll have to dig it out and see what happened with that one right there. So we got some pretty good penetration. Okay, it looks like that hollow point lodged in that 4th block. We'll dig it out here in a few minutes. I suspect that hollow point's going to be clogged up. See what it looks like. But it's, you know, hollow points don't do real good in wood as far as expanding. Look there, filled up with wood, turned it into a hard ball, and consequently there was a lot of penetration. Now, you need to keep that in mind when you're shooting hollow points, because when they hit wood, they turn into hard ball, and that means they're going to go through a lot more stuff and become a danger to whatever is on the far side of that. All right, guys, we've done a test on the Kimber double stack. Let's go ahead and do the safety check on it right quick. Empty, empty. So this 9mm, we got our German Shepherd in here with us today, and he's trying to be a bit of a nuisance, but we'll see if we can film, not get too tied up with him. Anyway, we took this thing through our 8-point test before we start carrying it as an EDC to see if we could get all of our questions answered about this gun and how good it's going to be for carrying. So with that said, again, I'm just going to quickly recap this thing. It's a Kimber. It's the KDS9c double stack 9mm, and we took it through our test system to see how it went. Now we're going to go ahead and put the gun down. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to probably have to reference to my notes a little bit on this thing, so you guys just bear with me. We did the accuracy test first. Let's show you what that is. It's a bench rest test at 21 feet. We did everything we did was at 21 feet, and I believe that's a 2.5-inch circle there. I didn't measure it. I wish I had it, but I think it's 2.5. And you got 2 bullets in that hole, 2 bullets in that hole, 1 there. 5 rounds total, all of them in the 3-inch circle. So I'm good with that. Now, a person may say, well, it should put them in the same hole. Well, if it wasn't in the hands of an old man that's a little bit shaky some days, I think the gun is well capable of putting everything in the same hole at 21 feet. The old man is not. But anyway, I know the gun's accurate, so I'm good with that. Now, the second question is, or the second phase of the test, is to see how well I shoot the gun. This is important. If you're going to carry a gun, you need to know if you're any good with it. And so we did this, and Every one of those made the circle. I'm not super proud of that, but they cut the line so you actually get the points, and each one of those points is, or each one of those rounds is worth 20 points, 5 rounds, and all of them actually made points. So I got 100 points in the Paul accuracy test. How good does Paul shoot the gun? And so we're pretty happy with that. So we're well on our way with information. The gun's accurate. The old man's accurate enough to use the gun for defense. So let's see what the next thing we did was. Ammunition velocity. And as I said in the earlier part of the video, we had a lot of technical problems with the velocity test. Our cameras didn't work. Our chronograph didn't work for a while. We got the chronograph all straightened out and was able to do it, but we didn't have the cameras on once we got all that straightened out. So anyway, we didn't get that on film, just make a long story short. But the S&B, Cellar and Belay, was running out of velocity of 1169. Now that's pretty good velocity, and you need that in hollow points because you want that hollow point to open up. And that hollow point did open up. However, it shut the brass off of it. Didn't like that, but still the hollow point performed good enough for a carry. Now, would it be my top choice for a carry? No, not at all. The separation between the jacket and the lead is kind of it's the points are stacked against it there, but I will carry it. I just have to be aware that it's not as good as I'd like to have. And I'll carry it until I come up with another round that I like better, okay? Now, the hardball ammunition was running at 1070. That's neither here nor there with me because that's just a target round for me, but I did want to check the penetration on it, and we did do that. We'll cover that, or we've covered that in the video. So ammunition performance is number 5. As we just touched on, the hollow point performed good enough, and the hardball performed good enough. Now, the hardball, I want to quickly say this. It went into the 5th 2x4 and went a little over halfway through it. I'll show you a picture right here at the corner, and you can see what that did. Again, of course, the hollow point, the jacket separated from it. I didn't like that, but it still performed good as far as mushrooming. Okay. Dependability. We did a dependability test. And what we did there is we just went through 15 rounds pretty fast. I didn't film the target or video the target as shooting, but I put those 15 rounds in a spot about this big at rapid speed, or rapid speed for an old man. So I was pretty doggone happy with that. I wish I'd filmed that so I could have bragged on it a little bit. But anyway, dependability on the gun's good. And I do want to take a few minutes here and talk about dependability. You guys forgive me with this. The fan's going in here. My beard's trying to blow around. I'll tell you, I've had a tough time doing this video. But talking about the dependability of the gun, I want to spend a second or two here on that. When my son first got that gun, and it is his gun, he had a lot of trouble with feed issues on it. He's a gunsmith, and he worked on it some, got some of those problems resolved, but still had some feed issue problems. When I got it, they weren't real bad. I mean, it did pretty good, but it would jam up every once in a while. So I took it back down and went through the gun again, and I did find a burr on the extractor, and I cleaned that up, and I haven't had any feed issues with it since. I mean, it feeds pretty much everything I've put through it, and I've probably put maybe 250 rounds through that gun. So with the 15 round mag dump that we did earlier, I'm pretty confident that that gun's going to perform just like it's supposed to. So that's another part of the test. And let's see, that was number 7 was dependability. And let's talk quickly about the other part of it. That's just something you need to consider if you're going to carry a gun for EDC. What type of system are you going to carry? You're going to carry the shoulder holster? You're going to carry it in a hip holster at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, appendix carry. What are you going to do? And in this particular case, Joey had a nice leather holster for it, and I'm going to carry it for an EDC for a while. And I'm just going to carry it in that leather holster he's got because it protects the gun good, it looks good, and it'll do the job, and I can wear it at about 3 o'clock, which is where I normally carry guns. Now, I have all kinds of holsters. I have the shoulder holster, chest holster. I don't have any appendix holsters. I'm too fat for that. But I've got all kinds of other holsters. And I choose mostly to carry it outside the waistband at about 3 o'clock. Now, sometimes I'll carry it inside the waistband, but most of the time it's outside with a coat or a shirt over it. So that's just talking about the carry system. How are you going to carry it? And ask yourself the question, EDC, I'm going to carry it. Can I get to it? Can I get it out and get it on target in a timely fashion to protect my family, myself, or even other people? Okay, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap us up on this little guy right here. This is a nice little gun, and I tell you, I may have to buy one of these sooner or later. I'm really liking this gun. I'm going to carry it for a while as an EDC, and that may tell me a little bit more about how I like it. So anyway, having said all that, guys, we're here at the Porch love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for watching our videos. And oh, by the way, if you can, if you like these videos, subscribe. We've got 916 subscribers. We need 1,000 to get where we're trying to go right now. And then we just need more views, need people to share our videos, need people to comment. If you got any comments, comment for us. And hit that like button. That helps us in the algorithm. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close her up. May God bless. You guys have a good day.